for bringing some freshness, Danielle.
Oh, it's my pleasure. I mean, this makes me think uh, the fires, I mean, in a different but more personal way. Um, I've been having a conversation with my husband quite a bit lately about how I want to do more with my career. And I think I tend to play it small. I don't tend to put myself out there so easily or readily. And he's always pushing me to do more and to share more and to, just open myself up to a broader audience. And there's a part of me that plays it so small. And we had a conversation last week, and he was just like, there's no time, like the time is now. What are you waiting for? There's no time for your insecurity. There's no time for your smallness. Like I have vows to serve people in a large and as large of a way as possible. They're called bodhisattva vows in Buddhism. And a bodhisattva is one who has the wish to awaken, not only for the end of their own suffering, but to help alleviate the suffering of all beings. And as a bodhisattva, it's my duty to share and to serve. And he always tells me that my playing small is not serving anyone. And he was pushing me last week. We just had this conversation. The time is now. And now it's like with the fires, right? There's like impending danger. It just reminds us again and again, under whatever circumstance, right, that there's no time to waste and that the time is now. And in fact, in the very first yoga sutras, right, like the Bible of yoga, the philosophy of the yoga practice, the very first one is Atha Yoga Anushasanam. Atha, the Yoga Sutra starts with the word now. Atha, now. Atha, yoga, like the revelation of yoga, the experience of peace and unity and joy can only be experienced now. Atha Yoga Anushasanam. Yoga is the practice of being in the now, of living for the moment, of not postponing, of not procrastinating, of not hiding, of not, keeping yourself small, but do it now, whatever it is, because this is what we've got. This is the time. And so today I spent the day, I'm on a new platform, a yoga app, or actually it's a whole fitness app. And I spent the whole day working on my bio and trying to like take those steps to put myself out there to share to a broader audience in a bigger way. And, even though I get sometimes riddled with doubt and my own insecurity, you have to act in the face of that, right? We cannot be paralyzed. For me, it's perfectionism, but we can't be paralyzed by our perfectionism or our insecurities or our doubts any longer. The time is now for whatever it is you want to do. The time is now. And that's the first lesson we get in yoga. Atha Yoga Anushasanam. It happens now, right? There is no guaranteed future for any of us. And that can sound really heavy and doomsday-esque. But the truth is this is what we've got. This is the moment we're in, and we have to practice being our fullest, biggest selves in this moment, sharing as much of ourselves as we can now, because this is what we've got. This is all we know that we have. And that's it, It's like for all of us, no more playing small, no more holding back, no more withholding. And that can also happen in the form of conversations and self-expression, right? To be perfectly frank, with the conversation I had with my husband about how he feels I play it small all the time, was a much larger conversation where there was a lot of withholding and a lot of truth came to the surface that needed to happen, because now that we've had that like truth bomb, that conversation, the connection is so much greater, right? And that happens, right? Whenever we withhold, we are actually holding ourselves back from greater connectivity, and with connectivity, greater joy and greater contentment. right? And I say it in the class all the time, the more we feel connected, the safer we actually are, right? We want safety because from safety, we actually flourish, right? Safety doesn't have to be a net that holds us back, right? Safety can be the container for us to like flourish and grow. And so just letting ourselves feel safe enough to express ourselves. And from that to really like take flight and become the biggest versions of ourselves possible, because now is the time. And it's the only time we have, right? And whether it's like an orange sky outside of us, like signifying doomsday, or this pandemic that we've been living through for 6 months, or, you know, whatever it is that is looming, use it as fodder, as fuel for your own growing, for your own action into what the next now will hold, right? Rather than holding yourself back any longer. Now is the time. And that's the only thing that's guaranteed, is right here, right now. So let's grow. Let's evolve into our greatness. And the truth is that the world needs us, because there's only one of each of us, right? What you have to offer is unique. You have a medicine that only you can bring to this world. And there is absolutely no mistake in your makeup, in who you are and where you are, and in whatever struggles and issues and challenges you've gone through thus far. It's all there for you to grow into your greatness, for you to know your greatness and to share it. And I was reading a little bit about Brene Brown, like daring, I forgot like her, Daring Greatly, that book. I haven't read it yet, but I just know she shares so much about acting in the face of fear. And just a couple quotes from her, and then we'll go into our movement. But she says, courage starts with showing up and letting ourselves be seen. Courage starts with showing up and letting ourselves be seen. And vulnerability sounds like truth and feels like courage. And truth and courage are not always comfortable, but they're never a weakness, right? It's never weak to share ourselves. And each of us has a duty to share ourselves, because like I said, we each uniquely bring a medicine to this world that only we can offer. So no more holding back, no more playing small. Now is the time. And so with that, bring your hands to a prayer at your heart and bow the head. And set an intention for this practice. Let yourself be seen. And let your greatness be known. And if you're anything like me, you have to put down that insecurity card. You have to put down the self-doubt. And just trust what comes through you. And share it, however that sharing happens. And let this practice be a step in that direction of your authenticity through vulnerability, and the recognition that time is limited and precious. And now is the time. Whatever you aspire for, start it now. Do it now. Don't let doubt or perfectionism or stories, right? All those stories that we hold on to, don't let any of that hold you back any longer. And just use this as a remembrance to act, even in the face of fear. We'll seal this intention with the sound of Om. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And just making a commitment to yourself to share your medicine, to be vulnerable, and to be honest in your communication and in the relationships that you have. No withholding, no holding back. Now is the time. And with that, we'll go ahead and come forward onto the hands and the knees, coming into a cat-cow. And we'll start with a little bit of cat-cow, so arching and rounding the back. Using your breath to open the body. Inhale to arch the back. Exhale to round the back. Inhale to arch. Exhale to round. Inhale to arch. Exhale to round. And then you can continue in a linear up-down cat-cow fashion, or you can start to circle your hips and your torso around. You can wiggle. You can circle the head to clear up some space in your neck and your shoulders. And you can circle in the other direction. Good. And then go ahead and neutralize the spine. Reach the right arm forward, reach the left leg back, flex the left foot, square your hips. So the tendency will be to open that left hip and lift it a little bit. Try to wrap the hip down so the hips are squared. You can flex the left foot, reach out through the right fingers, pull your belly in and up towards the spine. And then instead of pulling in, elbow to knee, we're actually going to lift up. So take an inhale to lift your leg and lift your arm and lift your chest, and then exhale to neutralize. And then inhale, lift up, and exhale, neutralize. Inhale, lift up, exhale, neutralize. Try not to let the belly dip down as you lift up. Keep knitting your belly back to the spine. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Keep it going. Inhaling, exhaling. Inhaling, exhaling. Inhaling, exhaling. 3 more on this side. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Last one. Inhale and exhale. Take your right knee, your right hand and your left knee down. Circle it out a little bit, just wiggle to let that go. And then we'll switch sides. So reach your right leg back, reach the left arm forward, square your hips. And again, try not to let that right front hip lift. Wrap your left outer hip back, square the pelvis, flex the right foot, reach out through the left fingers. Even before moving, knit your belly back to the spine, navel towards spine, cinching the waist in. On your next inhale, left arm, right leg, head and chest lift. Exhale to neutral. Inhale, lift. Exhale to neutral. If you are working through a low back injury, this is actually really healthy for your lumbar spine, but also be aware of how the range of motion is affecting the low back, and don't go past where it feels comfortable. So if there's any pinching, do a smaller range of motion, but know that this is strengthening so that there's more support in the low back, so it doesn't get tweaked quite as easily. Keep it going. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Inhale, lift, exhale, neutral. Inhale, lift, exhale, neutral. 4 more. Inhale, exhale, neutral. Inhale up, exhale, neutral. 2 more. Inhale, exhale, neutral. Last time. Inhale, exhale, neutral. Left hand down, right knee down. Wiggle it out a little bit. All right, and then we're going to go ahead and come into a little puppy dog pose. So keep your hips up off of your heels. Walk the hands forward and lower your forehead to the earth. So since we're just starting, if you want to let your elbows rest on the ground, that's a nice option to gently open up through the back here, right behind your heart in that middle back. If you want a little more work, you can lift your elbows up and just press into the palms. Keep the tops of the shoulders softening down the back. And then optionally, if this feels really easy, you could walk your hands further forward and lower your chest and your chin onto the mat. And just taking this puppy dog pose here, getting that openness through the thoracic spine, the middle part of your back, breathing deep. Imagine somebody has their hands on your hips, pulling your hips up and back as you drape the upper body down from the hinge of the hips towards the earth. So there's polarity, there's juxtaposition. A part of you is reaching up and back, a part of you is lengthening down and forward. Take one more full breath in and a full breath out. From here, we'll pull ourselves all the way onto the belly. Take a Sphinx pose, elbows right beneath your shoulders. Pull the floor towards you, broaden across the collarbones. Feel the back of the neck long and the crown of the head reaching up towards the ceiling. Gently pull your chin back to the throat so you're keeping your ears aligned over the shoulders. Really nice for your spinal alignment, especially if you've been sitting at a computer like most of us have been doing all day long. Just feel that realignment of your head position on top of the spine. Take two more breaths here. Think of pulling the ground towards you, opening your chest, reaching the heart through the gates of the arms. One more deep breath in. And then on your exhale, we'll slide all the way forward onto the belly. Reach the arms ahead of you, forehead to the earth, legs extend long behind you. We're going to lift opposite arm and opposite leg, and depending on the comfort of your neck, you can either keep your forehead resting on the ground or your chin, or you can opt to lift your chest and your head with the arm and the leg raises. So on an inhale, the right arm and the left leg lift. Option to also lift your head and chest. Exhale, release down. Inhale, left arm, right leg. Exhale, release down. Inhale, right arm, left leg. Exhale, release. Inhale, left arm, right leg. Exhale, release. Keep it going and just really engage in dialogue with your breath here. So letting the breath guide the movement, breathing deep into the belly, mouth stays closed, breathing in and out of the nose, and generating sound with the breath from the back of the throat, gently constricting your vocal cords to make a full oceanic whispery sound with the breath. And then you attune to that sound as a means to tap into your innate ability to bring calm and ease in your nervous system and in your body. Keep it going. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Inhaling up, exhaling down. So listen to the sound of your own breath and move in accordance with it. Using an inhale to rise, using an exhale to release. Inhale typically moves you away from the earth. Exhale brings you towards the earth. Just a couple more rounds. Rising, releasing. Rising, releasing. Okay, keep it going. Two more rounds on each side. So nice, guys. Take a moment. You can rock your hips out. Let that go. Okay, and then you can make a little pillow with your hands. You can interlace the fingers and rest the forehead on your hands. And now we'll just lift our upper body off of the ground. So keep resting the forehead on your hands. Inhale, we'll lift up. It'll be a smaller movement. Exhale, release down. Just 5 of these. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, release down for 5. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, release down for 4. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, release for 3. Inhale up. Exhale down for 2. Last one. Inhale up. Exhale down for 1. Rock out your hips. Let that go. Little movements in your lower back. Releasing. Okay. And then you can keep making a pillow with your hands for your forehead. And we're going to lift the lower body up. Again, just 5 of these. So simultaneously, we'll try to lift the legs up and squeeze the legs together. And exhale, release down. Inhale, lift the legs. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. 3 more. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Last one. Inhale up. Exhale down. Rock your hips a little bit. Let it go. Breathe. Don't forget to breathe. That's the secret ingredient that knits the whole practice together. We're going to bring the elbows underneath the forearms once again and take a Sphinx pose. Pull the floor towards you. Broaden across the collarbones. Feel an elongation through your entire spinal column. So you don't want to feel any squeezing or crunching in between any vertebrae. Feel that you're lifting the crown and creating length through your entire spine. And then we're going to tuck the toes and lift into a forearm plank. Now again, the key here, we want to make sure that our wrists are right in front of our elbows. We don't bring our hands in, and then we lift up from there. So having the wrist right in front of the elbows is going to enable you to work more of your core than your shoulders here. Hold strong and steady. If you ever need to, if you start to fatigue, you're absolutely welcome to lower your knees as you need to, when you need to, if you need to. Keep hollowing out your belly. Vision is slightly forward. Back of neck is long. Breathe deep here. Carve the sides of the waist in. Pull the belly back to the spine. Full breaths. So rely on your breath to provide extra resilience and strength. Keep it going. Breathing. Let the oceanic sound of your breath create a sense of calm throughout the challenge. 2 more breaths. You guys got this. Breathing in, breathing out. 1 more in. And then exhale, walk your feet in, bend your knees, stick your bum in the air, widen the sit bones, and take a forearm dog with a nice big bend in your knees here. Widen your sit bones. Fingers equally spread, chest pressing back, sit bones lifting up, and hips widening. Take 1 more full breath in. And then see if simultaneously on your exhale you can push into the hands and lift into your first dog. And then once you're in your dog, equally spread your fingers like you could fit your hands into 2 gloves. Make sure your wrists are not turned out or in. All 10 fingers point forward. Root intentionally into the thumb and the index finger knuckles. If you have some low back stuff happening, absolutely keep your knees bent the whole time in your dog and really in the whole practice. You can keep the knees as bent as necessary if you feel any pinching or pulling in your lower back. Chest presses back to the thighs, sit bones lift, heels reach down. Inhale, walk your feet forward towards your hands and take your time. You can maybe get some good cracks in your feet and your ankles as you articulate the footsteps. And as you walk the feet forward, you come onto your fingertips. Rest the belly on the thighs, grab for opposite elbows, and drape your upper body down, shifting, swaying, shaking, dangling, really just hanging. Right? We call this Ragdoll Pose, and you just want to have that sense of looseness in your whole upper body, that you can let the weight of the head release, and there's a sense of freedom in your arms and the head and the spine. So shift, dangle, sway, shake, let it go, flutter your lips, especially if you hold on to jaw tension. Again, breathing in, breathing out, And then soften the knees and roll up to stand, one vertebra at a time. Once you're all the way up, roll the shoulders down the back. Take a couple shoulder circles, circumducting the shoulders forward and up, down and back. So nice. Welcome, Fogany. Yeah, nice. Hi, Sarah. Circling around. Sarah, we're wearing the same pants today. Take big circles with your arms. Good, circling. Good, and then we're gonna interlace the hands behind the back, clasp the palms into a fist, lift your chest, find a back bend behind the heart, and then exhale, generously bend the knees. Rest the belly onto the thighs. Once the belly and the thighs are connected, right, you're creating safety through the connection, you can tip your sit bones up. Don't let the belly and thighs disconnect. Keep it connected. Don't worry about having straight legs. Focus on maintaining contact between belly and thighs. And then you can reach the arms overhead and let your head hang heavy. Breathing here. Weight shifts a little into the balls of your feet so you're not quite so heel heavy. That will give you a more equalized opening through the whole back body. Take one more full breath in here. And a full breath out. Listen closely. Bend your knees pretty generously so that the belly and the thighs are in nice contact with one another. From here, we're going to reach our interlaced hands over to the left and look over the right shoulder. So you're steering your arms left to get a little opening towards the right. You can bend that left knee a little deeper and rest more of your left belly onto the left thigh. And then we'll switch sides. You'll bend your right knee a little further, rest the belly a little heavier onto that right thigh, steer the arms to the right and look over the left shoulder. A little trick here, the more you can clasp the palms together, the more you'll open through the front of the chest and the shoulders. So really try to clasp the palms all the way up towards the heels of the hands. Inhale, come back center. Exhale, one last moment to fold towards your legs. Release the arms down, soften the knees, hang heavy, let the arms dangle with a little bounce, a little shake. You can roll up to stand, one vertebra at a time. Nice. Once you're all the way up, roll the shoulders down the back and take a mountain pose at the top of your mat, Tadasana. Grounding through the feet, rising tall through your crown. A little softness in the knees. Inhale, hook the thumbs. Sweep the arms forward and up. Press the pelvis forward. Lift the chest and arch back. Exhale, bend the knees. Sweep arms overhead. Clasp palms into a fist and extend arms and legs, folding down. Keep those belly and thighs connected. Inhale, take the hands down next to your feet and step your right leg back to a long lunge. Exhale, release the right knee and point the foot. Inhale, rise up, reach the arms up, hook the thumbs, lift the chest. Find space in the sides of your waist as well as in your whole spine. So you're not crunching in your lower back. Tailbone is reaching down towards your right knee. Chest is rising up towards the ceiling. Back bending behind the heart, not by bringing your back body back. By bringing the back body forward, we find a back bend. We find more space in the heart. And then let's take the hands down. Frame your left foot, tuck the back toes, and step back, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, come forward to a plank pose, top of a push-up. Exhale, lower the knees to the ground. Arch your back, stick your booty in the air, and then dive your chest and chin forward and down. So chest comes through the arms. Point the feet, push into your hands, slither forward. Pubic bone to the ground, upper collarbones widen and chest lifts. Low cobra. Exhale, move through bent knees. And press back, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, step the right foot in between the hands to a lunge, look forward. Exhale, lower the left knee and point the foot. Inhale, sweep the arms up as you hook the thumbs. Think of bringing the opposite thumb in front each time we switch. Lift your chest, lengthen your tail down towards your left knee. Back bend behind the heart. Back of heart presses towards the front of the heart. And then exhale, take your hands down, tuck the back toes, step your left foot forward to meet the right, and fold into both legs, Uttanasana. Again, be generous with bending your knees here. Don't think that straight legs is more advanced. It's not. Soften the knees, hook your thumbs, sweep the arms forward and up, press the pelvis forward, lift the chest, back bend behind the heart. Exhale, reverse the flow. Bend knees, sweep arms overhead, clasp palms, extend the arms and legs. And even as you interlace the hands behind your back, think of alternating which thumb is on top, so the other shoulder can also start to dominate and open. Take the hands to the earth. Step your left leg back to a long lunge. Exhale, lower the knee and point the foot. Inhale, hook the thumbs, sweep the arms up, lift the chest, wiggle the sides of the waist long, find a back bend behind the heart. Remember, back body comes forward rather than back body going back. Tailbone lengthens down. Exhale, hands come down, tuck the back toes, step the right foot back, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, forward to a plank pose, top of a push-up. Exhale again, lower your knees, arch the back, dive the chest and chin forward and down. Inhale, point the feet, push into the hands, slither forward to Bhujangasana, low cobra. Exhale, move through bent knees, lift your hips up and back, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Inhale, step the left foot in between the hands to a lunge. Exhale, lower your right knee to the ground and point the foot. Beautiful, guys. Inhale, hook the thumbs, sweep the arms up, lift the chest, find a back bend behind the heart. Let the back of the heart press forward to the front of the heart and let your heart come out into the world, because now is the time. Now is the time to share ourselves, to let ourselves shine and be expressed and heard and known. Take your hands down, step your right foot next to the left, and fold into both legs, Uttanasana. Inhale, soften the knees, hook the thumbs, sweep the arms forward and up, lift the chest, back bend behind the heart. Exhale, mountain pose, arms by the sides, Tadasana. Lengthen your tail, lift up through the pelvic floor. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Inhale, reach the arms overhead, gaze up to see the prayer. Exhale, fold forward, hands to earth, hinge from the hips, Uttanasana. Inhale, climb up onto the shins for a flat back, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Bend the knees as much as you need to bring your spine straight and flat. And then exhale, release the hands to earth, step or float back, and then lower down, your choice of a transition, halfway or all the way to the earth. Elbows hug alongside of your ribs. Inhale, find a back bend behind the heart, low cobra or up dog, open through your chest. Exhale, pulls the hips up and back, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. 3 breaths here, deeply breathing in, deeply breathing out. Deeply breathing in, deeply breathing out. Deeply breathing in, deeply breathing out. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, bend knees, look forward. Inhale, step or float the feet forward, flat back. Exhale, bow down, folding into your legs. Inhale, rise, reach the arms overhead, gaze up, Urdhva Hastasana, prayer hands overhead. Exhale, mountain pose, Tadasana. 2 more like this. Inhale, reach the arms overhead, gaze up to see the prayer. Exhale, bow forward, hands to earth, Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen the spine, open the chest, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, hands release down, step or float back. Lower, your choice of a transition. Chaturanga, modified, or full, or knees, chest, chin, as we did before. Inhale, back bend behind the heart. Keep the back of the neck long. Exhale, pulls the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Enjoy the breath here. Breathing in, breathing out. And feel free to keep those knees as bent as you need to create space in your lower back. Breathing in, breathing out. So nice, guys. One more here. Breathing in and breathing out. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, bend knees, belly onto thighs. Look to the hands. Inhale, step or float the feet forward, flat back. Exhale, fold into the legs. Inhale, rise, reach the arms overhead, gaze up. Exhale, mountain pose, arms by the sides. Last Surya Namaskar, just like this. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Offer your sweet prayer to the earth. Offer yourself to your surroundings. Exhale, fold forward, root down into your earth as you fold into yourself, bowing and honoring who you are in this life that you're leading. Inhale, flat back, open your chest. Exhale, hands to earth, step or float back, lower, Chaturanga Dandasana, or your choice of a transition. Inhale, find a back bend behind the heart, lift the chest. Exhale, pull the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Strong and stable in your body. Feel the eyes of the elbows, those soft inner part of the elbows wrapping forward, so you have openness in your collarbones. You have external rotation of your upper arms. You're long through your side body. You can be long in the legs with a little bend in the knees as you need. Hips high, torso cascading down from the hinge of the hips. On your next inhale, lift the heels high. Exhale, bend knees, look forward. Inhale, step or float the feet forward, flat back. Exhale, fold into the legs. Inhale, rise. Reach the arms overhead, gaze up. Exhale, mountain pose, arms by the sides, Tadasana. Inhale, bend the knees, reach the arms up, Uttanasana. We're not going to stay very deep in our chair pose because we're going to reach for opposite elbows. And more important than sitting low into your hips is keeping your chest open, framing your crown with your arms, elbows, really grab a hold of opposite elbows. So don't play it loose here by grabbing the forearms. Really reach for opposite elbows. And then you might have to come up even a little higher. You might not be able to sit quite as low, but that's okay. So we're really going for the back bend here in our chair pose. Chest is lifting, shoulders are open and strong. Weight is equalized through all parts of both feet. Take one more full breath in. And a full breath out. Inhale, we're going to rise up, reach the arms up, and then exhale, cactus the elbows down. Feel compression down of the shoulders. Feel a squeezing in between the rhomboids and shoulder blades. We're going to do this one more time. Inhale, Uttanasana chair pose, arms reach up. Exhale, grab for opposite elbows again and then switch. So the weird forearm is on top. The other shoulder starts to open, the other lung can start to dominate. So really hold the knobby part of the elbow with the open part of your palm. And don't worry so much about being deep. I want you to have your chest open, your vision forward and out, your heart available. And breathe here. Vision is forward. Keep framing your crown with your arms. 2 more breaths. In and out. 1 more in and out. Inhale, rise up, reach the arms straight up. Exhale, cactus the elbows down. Inhale, little softness in your knees. Tip your torso forward to a flat back. So bend those knees as much as you need to be comfortable in your back and to have it straight. And then reach the arms alongside of your body. Shifting into your right leg, sweep the left leg back and come into a warrior 3. If you're dealing with an injury in the back and it doesn't feel nice to stand on one leg, you can always release the fingertips to the ground, or you can use blocks beneath your hands to their highest height for supported warrior 3. So 3 points of contact will distribute the weight differently than 1 point of contact, like a single leg. Take 2 more breaths wherever you are. Breathing in, breathing out. 1 more in. And on the exhale, we'll step the left leg back, come into a crescent lunge, arms reaching overhead. And then exhale, open out into Virabhadrasana 2. Feel strong in your legs. Legs are a leg's distance apart. Lunge 90 into your right knee and anchor back into the pinky side of your left foot. So you're reaching out through your legs, but you're not reaching out through your torso. Center your shoulders right over your hips and then reach the fingers as long apart as possible. Look out with your gaze past the right hand and breathe here. 3 more breaths. Keep pushing into the pinky edge side of your left foot so you're not collapsing into that inner arch. Keep rooting through the back edge. Take 2 more breaths. Breathing in, breathing out. 1 more in, and a deep breath out. Inhale, extend the right leg. If you'd like to, you can step your back foot in a little bit to prepare for triangle. Send your hips back, lengthen the right arm forward, and release the right hand onto the right shin or a block outside of your right ankle. Left arm reaches up, look up to see the left thumb. Straight line from wrist to wrist. Spin the left and the right lung up and open towards the ceiling so there's rotation in your trunk. And same thing, try not to collapse into the back edge of your left foot. Keep rooting into the pinky edge side of that foot. Feel a lifting of energy along the inseams of the legs. Take 2 more breaths. Breathing in, breathing out. 1 more in. And a deep breath out. Inhale, push into the feet, rise to stand up. Exhale, bend into your left knee. You can elongate your stance here, Virabhadrasana 2. Take a reverse warrior, left hand down, left leg, right arm over right ear. Feel a nice opening in that right side body. Feel the fingers reaching away from the armpit. Feel the armpit reaching away from the hip. So you're really elongating through that whole right channel. Left hand traces down the back of the left leg and be mindful of your right knee. Make sure your knee doesn't start to torque in. Align the knee energetically over the 2nd and 3rd toes. Keep bending 90 into that right knee. Tracing left hand down, reaching right fingers up. Keep seeking more room in your body, finding the space. Take 1 more full breath in and a full breath out. We're gonna window the hands down, frame the right foot, raise the left heel, belly onto the right thigh. You can either be on your hands or on your fingertips, or if you have blocks, you can place those beneath your hands. Find a back bend behind the chest, lift your heart. Exhale, fold into the right leg. Beautiful, guys. Inhale, bend the knee, lift the chest, look forward. Exhale, fold into the right leg. So nice. Enjoy moving the body. Inhale to bend, open the chest. Exhale to extend and fold. 2 more. Inhale, bend the knee, lift the chest, look forward. Exhale, extend and fold. Last time, inhale, bend the knee, lift the chest, look forward. Exhale, extend and fold, and hold the fold. So if you'd like to, you can hop your back foot in about halfway so that the left heel rooting can help you find more length over that right leg. Feel the inner thighs scissor towards one another. Feel your right outer hip gently lifting so that your pelvis stays level here. Just like when we were doing that bird dog, opposite arm, opposite leg, reaching up. You want to feel that your sacrum, your hips are level here. You're not compensating or collapsing to one side, but there's evenness across the back. Take 2 more breaths. Keep the shoulders soft. Keep the breath full. Last deep breath in. And a deep breath out. And then we'll go ahead and step the left foot next to the right. and fold into both legs. If you're dealing with a back injury, don't let it be a deep fold. You can keep your knees super duper bent as you need to. And then let's rise to stand, reach the arms overhead, gaze up. Exhale, arms by the sides, mountain pose, Tadasana. Inhale, reach the arms overhead to a prayer. Exhale, cactus the elbows down towards your rib cage. Inhale, with a flat back, tip forward, bend those knees as much as you need to keep your spine straight, and reach the arms alongside of your body. From here, you'll shift into the left leg, firm through the buttocks and through your belly, and then sweep your right leg back and come into a Virabhadrasana 3. And try to wrap that right hip slightly down, engage through your abdomen, square the hips, reach forward through the crown, reach back through the fingers. Keep flexing the right foot, 2 more breaths. Last deep breath in. And then we'll bend the left knee, step the right leg back, come into a crescent lunge, arms reaching overhead. And then exhale, open, arms, hips, and chest, Virabhadrasana 2. Good. Holding your warrior 2. Make sure you have a pretty long stance. It should be a leg's distance apart, enough for you to find a 90-degree bend in that left knee, which will probably be a little deeper than what you're used to, but challenge yourself to go the distance because now is the time. Arms reaching out, shoulders centered over your hips, belly pulling back to the spine, tailbone lengthening down to the ground, vision reaching out. Keep it going, 3 more breaths, strong and steady in your legs. Open and capable in your chest. 2 more, breathing in, breathing out. 1 more in and out. Inhale, extend the left leg. You can narrow your stance here for your triangle. Cut your hips back in space, lengthen the left arm forward, and tip the hand onto the shin or a block outside of your left ankle, Utthita Trikonasana. Straight line from wrist to wrist. Pull the hips super back in space, lengthen the torso over the left leg, and feel space opening from that juxtaposition of hips lengthening back and torso reaching forward. 2 more breaths, a little softness in your left knee so you don't lock it out. Last deep breath in and a deep breath out. Inhale, rise to stand up. Exhale, rebend into the left knee. And then we're going to take a reverse warrior. Right hand down, right leg, left arm over left ear. Reach the left fingers up away from the armpit. Reach the armpit up away from the hip and feel that whole side body lengthening and opening, and breathe here. Keep lunging your left knee to 90 and make sure your left knee doesn't turn in energetically, just like a warrior 2, aligning the left knee forward over the 2nd and 3rd toes. Take 2 more breaths, breathing in, breathing out. 1 more in and out. Inhale, windmill the hands down, frame the left foot, raise the right heel. If you have blocks, you can go ahead and grab and place them beneath your hands. Open through your chest on your inhale with that left knee bent, and then exhale, fold towards the left leg. Inhale, bend the left knee, lift the chest, look forward. Exhale, fold towards the leg. Inhale, bend the knee, lift the chest, look forward. Exhale, fold into the leg. 2 more times. Bend the knee, lift the chest, look forward. Exhale to fold. Last time. Bend the knee, lift the chest, look forward. Exhale, fold and hold here. If you'd like, you can step the back foot in about halfway. Keep scissoring the inner thighs together, lifting the left outer hip up and folding towards the left leg. Relax the shoulders, relax the head, breathe. Two more breaths. One more deep breath in. And a deep breath out. And soften your left knee. Step your right foot next to the left and fold into both legs. Inhale, rise, reach the arms overhead, gaze up towards the prayer, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, arms by the sides, mountain pose, Tadasana. Separate the feet mat width apart and come into a squatting position, Malasana. If your heels lift here, consider placing a block beneath your seat or rolling a blanket underneath your heels. If you're dealing with low back stuff, you might want to also consider using a block or two just so you have a more supported pose here. And then we're going to extend the left arm in front of the left shin. Palm presses out to the side. Right arm reaches up and back. So you're welcome to stay here. You can also opt to take a half or a full bind if you want to go a little deeper into your shoulders and a little deeper into the heart opener. But do what makes you feel capable. And keep rotating open. 2 more breaths. Breathing in. Breathing out. 1 more in. And out. Inhale, come back center. Hands to a prayer at your chest. And then switching sides. Right arm extends in front of the right shin. Palm presses out. Left arm reaches up and back. You can stay here or you can drape left arm around behind you. You can take your half or your full bind. Rotate the right lung open to the left side. Take 3 more breaths. Breathing in. Breathing out. Equally stepping into both feet. Try not to favor the right side. Really also step into that left foot. Last deep breath in. And out. Come back center. Hands to a prayer at your chest. And exhale very gently. Lower your bum to the ground. From here, you can grab for the fronts of your shins. Sit nice and tall. And just feel your spine elongating as you literally hold yourself up. You're really pulling your chest forward towards your knees. Hands can pull the shins back in. And you can feel the length of the spine growing taller. Take another full breath in here. And a full breath out. And then we're going to go ahead and take the hands back behind us. Make sure you have room to extend the legs in front of you. Legs reaching out, navel pressing back. And then we're going to squeeze knees to belly. Inhale, lean back, open out. Exhale, squeeze it in. Inhale it out. Exhale it in. Inhale out. Exhale in. Inhale out. Exhale in. Keep it going. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhale. Exhale. 5 more. In and out for 5. In. Out for 4. In. Out for 3. In, out for 2, in, and out for 1. Take the feet to the ground, scoot your hips close to your heels, and come to lay on your back with your knees bent. Take a moment to stretch the arms long, put a little arch in your back, and just feel an elongation through the front and the back of your torso. Breathe. All right, from here, we're going to interlace the hands behind the head, supporting the head, cradling it. So you take the weight of the head into your hands. On the exhale, we're going to simultaneously lift our torso up, and we're going to also lift the pelvis up. So it's a little like pelvic tilt. So exhale, we curl in, and inhale, we lower down, both pelvis and upper body. And then exhale, curl in, inhale, lower down. Exhaling up, inhaling down. Exhaling up, inhaling down. Exhale, inhale, keep it going. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale, use your breath. Make sure you're not just doing this with your head and your neck. Every time you lift up, you want the shoulder blades to come up and try and get that pelvic tilt in your lower body. So you're also targeting those deep stabilizer muscles, the rectus abdominis. Exhaling up, inhaling down. Keep it going. 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 7. Shoulder blades up each time. Keep supporting the weight of the head for 6, for 5, for 4, for 3. Exhale up for 2. And exhale up for 1. Stretch it out. Reach arms and legs long. Put an arch in your back. You can point the feet. You can make some sound if you need to, just letting what we've done so far go. So it's a constant integration. You're constantly like working and strengthening and then integrating through moments of pause. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and we'll place the feet back onto the ground. Lengthen your tail, interlace the hands behind your head. This time we're going to do a single leg lift as we lift the upper body up. So exhale, right leg lifts, inhale down. Exhale, left leg lifts, inhale down. And just keep going like that. Without the pelvic tilt, you'll be able to lift a little higher. And we're just framing the leg with both elbows, lifting the chest, lifting the shoulder blades up. And we're going to do this for a couple more rounds. And then we're going to start to put a little twist into it. So 4 more rounds, just lifting. Framing the elbows towards the knee. 2 more rounds. Keep knitting the navel back to the spine. Last round like this. Woo. And then we're going to start to twist. Elbow to right knee, center. Right elbow, left knee, center. Left elbow, right knee, center. Keep it going. Exhaling up. Inhaling down. Try to get the shoulder blades up each time. Nice, guys. Keep it going. Four more rounds each side. For 4, and twist. Exhale up for 3, and twist. For 2, and twist. Last full round up, and twist. Stretch it out. Arms and legs reach long. Put an arch in your back. Breathing here. You can point and flex your feet a little bit, circle the legs around, circle the ankles around. Okay, we're going to come into more heart opening, more back bending here. So bend your knees, heels close to your hips, arms by the sides. If you're feeling anything pinchy in your low back and you want to just rest a little bit, you're welcome to stick a block or 2 on the flat wide setting beneath your sacrum, and you can take a restorative bridge. Otherwise, we're going to do some dynamic bridges here. So arms by the sides, pressing down through both feet. On an inhale, we'll lift the hips up. Feel a curl of the pelvis, and then feel that lift the low back, middle back, upper back, and then lower, upper, middle, lower back to the ground. And then inhale, curl the pelvis up, lift lower, middle, upper back. And exhale, lower, upper, middle, lower back to the ground. Keep going like this. Try to find that rolling segmental movement of the spine. So you're not just lifting the whole back up like one piece, but you're breaking it down vertebra by vertebra and trying to isolate each different vertebrae so you can feel the segmental movement. And really just place your attention in your spine and feel how small you can allow the movements to become. So it's little micro movements that lead to a big lifting, but it's not a whole thing all at the same time. Two more times. After that last time, windshield wiper the knees side to side. If you're taking a restorative bridge, you can stay there. Otherwise, we're going to go ahead and come into a regular bridge and hold it. Setu Bandhasana. So feet hip distance apart and parallel. On an inhale, lift, lower, middle, upper back up. This time you can interlace the hands behind your back, clasping the palms together. Reach the chest up towards the chin. Reach your tailbone down towards your knees and keep lifting your hips high. You can either stay here or optionally you can shift the weight into the left foot and reach your right leg up, toes pointing up towards the ceiling for 3 breaths. And then you can place your right foot down and then you'll press into the right foot, lift the left leg up for 3 breaths. And then you can bend the left knee, place the left foot down, lift both hips a little higher for 1 last breath. And then rest your bum on your interlaced hands. And then just rock a little bit. So you're getting a nice little wrist massage here. Nice, guys. Okay, and then from here, we're simply gonna release the arms and then we'll roll over onto one side and we're gonna come into a downward facing dog from here. So just shifting into your dog. Take a moment to lengthen your body and open in any way that you know is gonna feel good. Breathing here. Okay, so you can listen closely to what we're gonna do. We haven't done this here in my Zoom classes yet, and we haven't done it in my live classes in an even longer time because I haven't had any live classes. So we're gonna cross the right foot in front of the left and step it outside of the left foot. You can walk your right hand more towards the center of your mat. You're gonna start to pivot on the balls of the feet. Press into the right hand, spin your hips up, and reach the left arm up and overhead. Nice, and then we're gonna take the left hand down, cross your left foot in front of the right, step it over to the right side. You can bring your left hand more towards the center of your mat. Start to pivot on the balls of the feet. Lift both hips up and reach the right arm overhead. And just like that, we're gonna keep pivoting. You can come back center, right hand down, cross right foot in front of the left, pivot on the feet, press into the right hand, reach the hips up, reach the left arm overhead. And then you take the left hand down, cross the left ankle in front of the right, pressing into the left hand, pivot on the balls of the feet, lift your hips and reach the right arm overhead. And just like that, keep going at a pace that feels sustainable. The foot that crosses in front, you pivot to that side. Just 2 more rounds on each side. Nice, Karen. Yes, Mary Frances, gorgeous. Nice, Sarah. Beautiful, Brian. Nice, guys. After you've done 2 more rounds on each side, we'll come back into a downward facing dog. Nice, guys. Okay, from your dog, bend those knees. Good. All right. Inhale, come forward to a plank pose. It's fun, Karen, isn't it? And then you can lower knees, chest, chin to the ground. Slide into a low cobra, Bhujangasana. Good, and then you can release the forehead to the earth. Bring the arms alongside of your body. Interlace the hands behind your back and clasp the opposite thumb on top. And then on an inhale, we'll lift into a Shavasana variation. Arms, head, and chest lifting up. Back of neck stays long. Breathe here. Two more breaths. And then release. You can make a little pillow with your hands, rock your hips side to side. And then inhale, bend the knees, reach back, grab for the ankles or your feet. You could also just imagine grabbing the ankles or the feet if that's not possible. And then kick the feet back into the hands, lift your chest up. Dhanurasana bow pose. And you can stay here, or you can, if you're not holding the feet, same thing, just reach back, lift your chest up, firm your belly. So you're supporting your back strength with your front strength, with belly strength. Full core strength, 360 degrees. Last deep breath in and out. Release. You can make a pillow, rock your hips. Okay, and then from here, draw your right knee up towards the right armpit, like a little half frog. Press your hands forward and lift your chest up. Nice, guys. And then we're gonna thread the left arm underneath the right. Bring the left shoulder to the ground and rotate back onto your back. So you're in a little supine twist here. So you can look back towards your right hand. That's it, Megan. Nice. And then stay here. Don't worry about keeping your right knee down. Focus more on rotating more onto your back and getting your right shoulder down. Take 3 more breaths here. And then we'll come back center. You can extend the right leg long. Bring both arms back in front of you like you're a baby figuring out how to lift your chest up. And then you can draw your left knee up towards your left armpit. Just take a moment to get that nice little groin stretch there in this half frog. And then we'll thread the right arm underneath the left arm and start to roll onto the back of the right shoulder and then all the way onto the back. Left arm reaches out to the side. Look out to see the left palm. So as more of your back comes onto the ground, your left knee will lift, and that's okay. If you have props nearby, it might even be super lovely to stick a bolster or a block underneath your left knee for added support. And looking out towards the left palm, breathe. 3 more breaths. And then from here, you can just keep rolling onto your left side and come onto your back. You'll scoot back onto your mat. Hug the knees into the chest, turn into a little nugget, squeezing everything nice and tight. And then if there's any final poses you'd like to do in order to feel complete in your practice, absolutely take care of yourself and do what's needed. And then as you're ready, we'll go ahead and take rest, Shavasana. And rest is important, right? We're not being passive when we rest. Rest enables us strength, and it enables us creative function to do all that we aspire to do in life. And so now is the time for rest. And so feel that it is just as imperative as all that we do to forge and push ahead. And feel that great strength comes from great surrender. And so feel that this is the incubation period where we can pause and go into the depths of ourselves and summon creativity and strength and connection to self, which when we feel connected to ourself gets infused into all that we do and all the relationships that we have. When we feel connected to ourselves, we can bring more of our best selves to everyone and everything that we do. So we're plugging in right now. And let yourself truly rest. Let it all go. Let all worry, insecurity, doubt, circumstance, story, everything that holds you back or that you hold in out of fear or out of shame, let it go. Give yourself permission to fully rest. And whatever you've done today, don't judge it. Let it be enough. And let this moment, let this practice of rest be a reinvigoration and a remembrance of all that you have to offer. Well, we can't offer it if we're depleted or defeated. So let yourself rest and let yourself remember. And for the sake of time, I'm going to close the practice, but I do encourage you to continue resting. If you've got 5 more minutes, it's so healthy for these moments of pause. So if you've got the time, just stay resting for a few more moments. And if you feel really compelled to get on with what's next, you're welcome to make your way up to a comfortable seat. Just remembering yourself to be a gift. Remember that whatever it is you bring to this world is unique. And the world needs your gifts. The world needs you. So let your light shine. Let your voice be heard. And let it out, because the time is now. And with deep reverence for our beautiful bodies and our beautiful minds, we thank ourselves, our bodies and our minds, for the ability to partake in this practice. And we dedicate our efforts towards the health and the happiness, the freedom for all beings everywhere. Namaste.